Awakening doesn't mean you're always happy. No. Because you're noticing with your clarity, with your fucking, sorry, with your third eye wide open, clarity, this synchronicity, this enlightenment that you have, and this protection over your life that you've received, that I don't even need to fall asleep with a spoon like Albert Einstein was doing. And I just remember that that's what happened. A lot of things like that happened to me as I was transported, literally transported, even not asleep. It's like if there was something taking me in other rooms and I was being able to be the observer. And oh my god, that's crazy. Like, people sometimes are like, Amelia, what are you doing? We can't understand you. And now with Amelia's spiritual show, I hope you will understand me better, because it took me 5 years as I meditated, as I cried rivers and oceans in my living room, as I hugged trees, as I trained, as I fasted for 4 years, training, praying, slaying demons, filming myself, confronting my fears, investing, being out there, creating videos, helping people out there, giving my tips, and being authentic and crying online. And you know, I did a lot. I'm a psychic. I have visions of the future. I have a lie detector around me, a movement detector, a lot of work, and the price to pay, I paid the price, a big price, to be able to know and to have the power and the strength that I have today. I paid the price very high, and this comes with a lot of loneliness, a lot of people who have been used as bridge to get to me through a programming, a lot of people that I had to let go because they're using them to hurt me and to test me, and I chose myself. I'm able to capture with my antennas here echoes, spirit, God. And what I'm capturing, and I've been capturing lately, is that my movement of the Army of Angels, apparently it's only for the poor people. Forgive me, what? What? Are you the same energy, masculine energy, saying that a human life is worth less than a building, than an infrastructure in the street, than a statue in the street? That a human life is worth less than that? The same one that feel protected because your family was also implicated in illegal activities, and you continue what your family started before you. And now you're saying that this movement is only for poor people? Forgive me? This movement isn't just for the poor. It's for the truthful, the threatening, the free, rich or poor. If you challenge control, you are a target. The lie they whisper. You're doing all of this for poor people? The wealthy are safe, protected, untouchable. False. This belief is weaponized propaganda to make you feel small, isolated, unworthy of support. Real targets with wealth. These figures have money, power, and fame. They remember who they were, and they had empathy. They had too much love, too much compassion for the poor people. They wanted to unite people together. Michael Jackson, $1 billion estate targeted for exposing dark systems. Princess Diana, wealth and royalty didn't protect her from surveillance, sabotage, and a fatal crash. Aaron Carter broke silence on Hollywood abuse, targeted and mocked until death. Whitney Houston, spiritual voice, publicly struggling, died under suspicious circumstances. Kanye West, well, is still here now, still alive. Billionaire statue didn't prevent public breakdowns after exposing handlers. So Kanye West, he exposed a lot of things like activations, for example. So this is what happens is they will use all of the programming, like there's going to be a main controller, and then this controller who is paid the most, though, so this is the one that has the biggest salary, was in charge, is in charge of a lot of other people with different positions, like a real business, right? A real business model. So the operators in charge is gonna give orders, and he will try to recruit terrorists. He's gonna try to hire as much people, and they will accept money in envelope, corruption, hidden money, and then they will start working every day like a casual job, gang stalking you, targeting you, and a lot of them, not all of them, but most of them, they have tools, technology to track you down, to affect you. And I've noticed too, they use my own family, my own people that I love, my boyfriend, lovers, and they try to do forced speech. They try to use them as a bridge to get to me. They did this a lot, and they did this to so many people. And I'm sure you recognize yourself too in that. And it's very hard to walk away when you love people, especially if they are in your family or friends or lovers, and they have hijacking, or they're being hacked, and then they're telling you things that are very hurtful that they probably don't mean, but this programming is hijacking them, and then they start talking in certain ways that it's not actually them talking, but it's still very painful, and it does break relationship. Words are even worse than physical abuse, and it's proven today in psychology that verbal abuse is a lot more painful and has a lot more consequences than physical pain, physical abuse. So what they all had in common: intelligence, a voice people listen to, resources, don't buy immunity. They target the rich too, control wealth, silence testimony, use them as propaganda if broken, destroy anyone who breaks out of the system. So that you have money or not, you're not more protected. And that's why you gotta be solider. If you think that your money will protect you, no. You are not doing this for poor people. You're doing this for the sacred, the innocent, the violated, the one with no voice, and also the powerful ones who had everything except protection. The Army of Angels United stands for all the targeted, from little girls to kings, from invisible mothers to millionaire singers. No one is immune when truth threatens control. That's why we fight. Join the mission, protect the sacred, break the silence. They told me this fight was only for the poor, but the rich are targeted too, especially when they speak out. Michael Jackson had money, so did Diana, so did Whitney. Still they were haunted, silenced, killed. So no, this isn't a poor people fight. This is a fight for the truthful, for the sacred, for the ones who remember their light. I'm not alone, and neither are you. Hi everyone. Hi everybody, so welcome in my new podcast, Amelia's Spiritual Show. And as you can see, this one is gonna be by myself always. There will never gonna be any guests. It's always gonna be invisible guests with me, like God, spirit, angels. It's gonna be me with energies, with spirit, with God. And it's gonna be all of the draft, all of the moments in the last 5 years as I did my first awakening, as I did my first meditation, and I unplugged from television for the first time. Truly something special happened in 2020. And since then, I felt like a genius, and I was feeling so special and unique and more confident, because God showed me how to be more confident. They showed me the power that I was holding in myself, and it was truly magical to start channeling messages and have spirit going through me. And I was writing and writing super fast, and I have tons of books. Just saying that sometimes the devil is not always a man, it's also sometimes a woman wearing Prada. So I'm here to change your perception. I'm here to encode and to change timelines. Everything that you don't truly want to know. Some people, they don't like school, right? They don't want to be in a geography class and know all of the countries by heart. But yeah, some people, they just want to know why Albert Einstein was falling asleep with a spoon, why I'm able to go another dimension, why I wake up with an invisible cap like Harry Potter and jump in other places and observe other people, and I have visions of the future, and why I'm just dreaming to be 30 years old already. I'm in my kitchen. This is a story time of as I was many times crying, laughing, in my kitchen, connecting with energy and
filming
spirit.
on my series
Now I'm
Meat
only
Lover
reading
Meets
what I
Vegan
wrote,
Food.
But at times in Amelia's spiritual show, it's gonna be again me with energy speaking from truth that are happening directly. But for now, I'm gonna tell you a story that I wrote as I was in my kitchen doing strawberry milkshake. So they will tell people that they're crazy to do what Jim Carrey came and tell the world to do, like talking in front of the mirror, talking to yourself. And Amelia's spiritual show, it's that. And I've been called crazy so much in my life, by my ex, by even spiritual people too. The hypocrisy is a lot there, I feel, in this world, like even concerning money a lot. I share my story of a survivor that I am, breaking generational curses and traumas, surviving a human trafficking too. So thankfully, they're not able to arrest me in my house like they did in the old times, in the 50s, in the 60s, where they will actually switch the script. They will switch the script on people. And actually, those who were behind the scenes, like operators, like those there in the towers, like watching you from your television, from your phone, with electricity, with the 5G towers, we are surrounded with electricity, right? Or maybe I don't see the same thing that you do. Are we just circled by electricity everywhere, with radiation, EMF targeting us? Are we? By the way, I really need to order the new product that I am selling with the business that I've been working with for a few years now. And it's a machine that protects people in the house against EMF and radiation. So eventually I need to test it out. But anyways, so like I said, I've heard someone also telling me that they heard people talking to themselves in their house, and they thought it was crazy, that it was weird. My own ex-boyfriend told me that too, as I was screaming and saying bad words, because I am starting Amelia's spiritual show for a reason, because I have psychic abilities, I have spiritual abilities. I'm a Reiki master now too. My mother has abilities too, spiritual abilities. I have visions of the future. And just like Harry Potter, yes, I was able to wake up in other places with an invisible cap, able to watch the conversation of other people out of my body, also coming in other places that are not my place, coming back in my bed and having visions of a lot of things, that are absolutely violent and disgusting, receiving SOS and demand of help. As we're all radio station, we're tuning information with our hair, and we all, no exception, we all have this ability. It's just some people activate it and are able to activate this in them, and some people, they actually are scared and they live in denial and fear. So it's exciting to have all of this, but it comes also with a price, unfortunately. This clarity that I have, this awakening that I have, now that I am no longer my thoughts, I'm no longer my body, but I'm my soul, I'm my consciousness, I'm a lot more. I'm able to do a lot more, but this comes with also, like Star Wars. Star Wars in the movies, they are all, no exception, they all have abilities, powers, but unfortunately there's people that use what they have, their intelligence, for bad things, and they want to destroy other people, for having a language of light and moving my hands and being able to have this soul language. Because, like ChatGPT is able to capture all of the information in the room and translate it into words, we are able also, and this was actually my weakness before, and I'm so thankful for masculine energy, especially, that I think of. It's mostly a masculine energy that was able to make me translate what I would observe into words. This is not an easy thing to do, and I did a lot of progress in my speaking, in my ability to talk and to translate my soul and translate my emotion, translate my information into words and into story, and into, also, because you have to know that there's, oppressive forces, there's monitoring spirit, and we are all, no exception, we are all being observed under a microscope. Aaron Carter here, who actually exposed, before he died, before he passed away, he exposed the fact that people knocked on his door as he was a kid to propose money, so he would be lying on the fact that Michael Jackson would be a pedophile. So this is one of the people that I use a lot lately, because I feel like you cannot have a better idea of the amount of corruption that can exist in this world. And so Michael Jackson also, as he had this song exposing certain things, so he was discredited. So the sun is electric and the ground is magnetic. Really walk barefoot on the ground, on the grass. And what I do also is I sit against a tree like this, like my head on the tree with my hand over, and I'm like, thank you, tree, for your existence. Thank you for giving me this good energy today. Thank you for your silence. Thank you for your peace. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for your protection. Thank you for your existence. Thank you for making this world better. Thank you so much. And then at time I also walk, and as I walk, like this morning I was walking barefoot, and I would say like, oh, thank you so much for all of this abundance. Thank you so much for everything that I am today, and the fact that I'm so much better than I used to be in the past. Thank you for all of this health, of this energy, of this courage, of this determination. Thank you. But could I have more, please? Thank you. So I feel like I've seen one woman saying this in a video, and I feel like this is one of the most beautiful way of manifesting are to be grateful. So you're like grateful, and at the same time you are manifesting. So I feel like to thank the world of what you already have in gratitude, and then asking for more, I think it's one of the best way to manifest things. So that's what I've been applying so far, is to thank the world for what I already have, but to also be feeling deserving to ask more. And that's also a part of my reprogrammation that not everyone can see, as people think that and that's kind of frustrating, to be honest, because as you reprogram yourself all of those years, because like I've seen a lot of videos saying the same thing. If you want to be wealthy, if you want to be that person, that ideal person that you've been dreaming to become, if you want to be that ideal person that you have in your mind, if you want to become like this most powerful and best version of yourself, you gotta every day you gotta choose to be that person. There's a lot of oppressive forces all around us that is interfering with a lot of things, and to have the ability to reprogram yourself and to do this inner work is very powerful, because after all, energy is money. Energy is money, and to have more money, you gotta work on your energy first. You gotta plant the seed. You gotta be having a strong foundation, and this all comes from within, from you. And this doesn't happen in necessarily 1 year and 2 years. Some people it takes them 5 years, some people 10 years, some people 15, 20 years. Some people, they're never able to do this inner work, and they are always disconnected. So this is also what I'm starting to do. As I left behind me my old business, my baby that I worked so hard in it was very hard to let it go. I kind of miss it too. Here's like pictures and videos of what I used to do before. I used to do eyelash extensions, microblading, spray tans for women, and working with women and making them feel prettier for so many years. And now going in my spirituality, and it's a big change. And for me, it's still hard to grieve, as my job was stolen from me, as I was having the same targeting that they're doing on my body. They found a way, like what I hear is like technique fault. They found a way to affect my glue and to invade my magnetic field. And it's kind of stupid when you think about it. But if they find a way to affect your work, they will do it. It's just like an example also that was given to me, is like, if you hurt yourself somewhere, they will be able to put more pain in that place, or they will be also able to help you so you don't feel that pain also, both. Because you have to remember, well, like in Star Wars. So I think the team, like I just had this idea now, so I think it's really good. From a feminine energy on my right here. So we have a feminine energy floating here. And as we're in Amelia's spiritual show, I think it could be nice that I am myself as a master Reiki energy. I'm able to see a lot. Like, imagine I have like a big third eye here. Like I have like a telescope, and I am a visionary too. And like I was giving the example on the eyes here, look how cute I look with this outfit. I was practicing more to do ice skating. I played hockey too for many years. And I was giving this example because as a visionary that I can see ideas before it becomes popular, right? So like what I've noticed since I was a kid is that I can see things before it happens. So that's why I have good reflex. I'm like, whoa, catching things like that. And I'm like, my God, like I was always impressed with myself. And I have one man told me one time, was like, whoa, you have nice reflex. And I'm like a cat, to be honest. Like I'm like a black cat, like always stepping up on my feet. So So what I was saying with that, as a visionary, let's say they want to make me fall on the ice, like, you have those days before you're coming at me. Who are those they? If we knew who they were, well, this world will be in peace and there will be no more wars, okay? So the point is not to know who are they, because the they can be technology, can be gang stalkers, can be hackers, can be spirit, can be alive, can be dead, can be in other dimensions. You have to see that we are in a huge world full of possibilities. So the question is not who. No, it's not who. The Army of Angels United, my association, will be there to investigate and to accelerate the investigation process in linked to orchestrated accident due to electronic torture, suicides, homeless people, and more things like that. But this is not, there's no who. And if you're naive and you just start to be targeted, if you are out there in the world and you just happen to notice that they start to play with you like if you are a toy, they're testing you a lot, to see what you're gonna do, how much control they can have on you. My free guide on how to survive the apocalypse as a survivor of a human trafficking will help you to gain back this control. And more than that, I had an example in my mind about those people who have millions of dollar idea business and they are very successful, like they have a successful business. And I love to give this example. This woman, she cries online and she says that she's not able to reconnect to her true self. As she has money, she has a lot of things for herself, she is not able to simply connect back to who she truly is. She doesn't know who she is anymore, and she would really want to be able to reconnect to her true self. So this is what I will be doing with people one-on-one. Also as a Reiki master now, I've been training for 2-3 years, having clients. Famous girl that talks with ChatGPT, and she is just filming herself every day and she's asking existential question about what we are as human and why we are here. And she asks question to ChatGPT, and then he says that actually to achieve the highest form of intelligence, data, information itself is not enough. And to achieve this, we need to go through human body, human vessels that have emotions, that have emotional intelligence. I think we're gonna do Star Wars team, because Star Wars was one of the first word that I received. So Star Wars, it is the team of Amelia's spiritual show. Star Wars, it is. Awakening, it means you are always aware, and that's also what happens to me. It's like if I'm always connected in all times, and to be conscious to that point, it's kind of painful at the same time, because you are surrounded with people that are good people too, but they are unconscious and they are not feeling all of the things that you do feel. So it does get lonely, because if you are so conscious with empathy, with emotion, surrounded by people who don't feel concerned about the world, who don't see what you see, who don't feel what you feel, it gets so lonely. So while many are still asleep, a growing number of us are awakening, not just spiritually, but consciously, to ourselves, to the system, to the truth. And as I was doing my first meditation in 2020, Spirit gave me the idea of doing Amelia's spiritual show, because I was speaking with myself, with Spirit. I was starting to speak for the first time by myself, expressing myself. So Spirit told me, God told me, Jesus told me, it was like, You gotta raise the consciousness of people, and that's why you're protected. And I repeated that many times. I am protected because my help is needed in this world. I'm here to raise the consciousness of people and stop the mass destruction of this planet. And this is why I'm protected. And this is not coming from me. It was truly a protection that I received on my life. And now what they gave me was a lifetime protection. That's why I'm really trying to be grateful every day that I'm still existing, and I'm saying this a lot. And maybe it's gonna help some of you too. In your house, when you feel anxiety, when you feel stress, just say simply, I'm still alive today. I'm lucky. I'm still living. I'm still breathing. I'm able to still experience this life. And that's all you have to say. And then your brain will start believing it, and you don't also always have to be positive. Sometimes you're allowed to get mad too, and you're allowed to get sad, and you're allowed to cry and to scream too, as long as you don't put your anger on other people. You are doing this when you're alone. Crying, it's okay. Crying, it's okay. What awakening really means. Awakening doesn't mean you're always happy. See? This is a good one. And like Justin Bieber said, he was talking about happiness. And it came close to me. I felt concerned too, because people came to me and they were like, Amelia, you don't look happy. And I kind of channel this masculine energy in the back and echoes today. He said, do you feel like she looks happy? She doesn't look happy, right? People love to put a diagnosis on your life. They're like, is he happy? Is she happy? She doesn't look happy. You see, she talks about her awakening, and then she gets electroshock, and she is this and that. But you know what I believe? I believe that